Hey, hello, namaskaram. This is YunusPK and welcome to the part 2 of volume 2 of the series of building my personality website, YunusPK. Right now, I have all my development setup here in this computer, and I have the Adobe XD preview open up in my tablet so that I can see the design that I have made here. And this is the thumbnail that you'd see actually, and here we have the responsive version. This is 1100 pixels, so it's gonna be web 1100, and then we have everything down over here. And as you can notice in the sudden that the main difference here is the navbar. The navbar is does not have all these links right now. It just have a branding, a search term, a search bar, and a menu bar that will eventually create a menu from the side, as like I had on the previous YunusPK website. So now what I have to do, so in the previous video we have made responsive all these things, but now we have to get a responsive navbar. So that's why that's what we're doing right now. So here's the code. I already have made some things, that is I have put a event listener in the navbar component. So this thing is actually listening to every event, and if there's any resize event being done, it just checks if the window dinner width is greater than or equal to 1100 pixel or not. If that's that, then there's a state component state that's there that is turned to false. And if window inner width is less than 1100 pixels, then it's turned true. So whenever the width actually gets less than 1100 pixel, this component state here that turns to true. And whenever that boots up, this whenever this component navbar component loads up, this state by default also has a ternary expression right here. So that's that checks if the window inner width is less than 800 or not. If it's less than 800, then the default value becomes true. If it's not less than 800, then the default value becomes false. So that's what I have made. And then here at the bottom we have a ternary expression, and that's if small screen is true, then return this thing, and if it's not true, so it's else. Else means like it's not true. So if that's false, then we return this chunk over here. So if it's a not small screen, so if it's a big screen, then this navbar should be here, and if it's a small screen, it says small screen detected. And that's what we have right now, but it eventually gonna grow, and we're gonna have what we have seen here. So we're gonna have this navbar. So first I'm gonna commit this. So what I've written over here is it's a feature, and the feature is of the navbar. So it's a navbar feature, and what's the title? Create navbar with detector. So this is just a width detector thing that I have already built. So it's a mechanism that just detects what's the width of the navbar is. So in the description I'm going to write this commit creates a mechanism that detects what is the width of, okay, not what detects, that detects if the width of the navbar is smaller than 1100 pixel or not, depending upon the results. It returns different set of JSX expressions. Right, so that's it. And now I'm gonna just push it. It just got pushed. Alright, this is not a good practice to just commit and post. You should first commit many things, and then when you are sure that everything's alright, then you should post, because so that I just have posted. If I want to audit the previous commit, this is gonna create a mess in the GitHub here. So that's why you should actually commit many commits and then you should post. But it just become a muscle memory for me. I just type Java after every commit, so it's just a very bad habit of me. But if you can, don't do this. Alright, so now let's create this thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this entire thing. And I'm gonna paste it here. Now we have actually the same thing being returned, but you're not gonna see it's changing, but it's actually changing when you cross that 1100 pixel borderline. So what we're gonna do is, first of all we're not gonna have this render buttons, so let's just remove that. All right, so we remove that. So now we do not have that thing. So we have that, we do not have, we have, we do not have, we do have, we do not have. All right, so now what I'm going to do is this YunusPK thing should be in the middle. So in the parent div, the root div, I would say, we have like this thing that's the class name for identification. So that's navbar. I hope yeah, there's some CSS about it. That's the color, width and height. That's gonna stay as it is. And then we have a flex property. That's so this thing is like using Tailwind CSS. Tailwind CSS is a CSS library. Here you can see Tailwind CSS. So it's basically like one class name for one specific CSS property. So it just becomes really easy to write small class names rather than writing these kind of expressions. But when you have to use media query, then CSS becomes a better option. That's why I'm using CSS and Tailwind CSS, both mixing them together, which is actually creating the project more complex. But I just don't want I'm gonna show you. I just don't want this thing to happen. YunusPK, I don't want here to see CSS being displayed, so I don't want CSS being the most of the part. So here you can see the YunusPK old has the CSS thing over here. Even one of the recent projects that I'm mentoring my best friend, that also has CSS over here, but that's a HTML project. But because CSS became more overloaded, and this is showing CSS, this is showing CSS, it's still showing JavaScript, but JavaScript is let me just see how much JavaScript we have. The percentage, I always want that JavaScript should be the majority over here. So CSS is already 21%. If I just remove all the class names, all the Tailwind CSS class names, and just put all of that in CSS, that will actually almost boost up the CSS to 50%, and that's what I don't want. So that's why I'm just being a little bit of clever and seeing what things are there which will be needed for media query. Those things I'm putting in CSS, and those things which do not have anything to do with media query, I'm putting those things in Tailwind CSS class names. So here we have flex row, items, and justify between, and text white. These are all fine. So what we can do here is we can create another div over here, and maybe we can get some icons from here. That would be, let's say, search menu or 3. Okay, we got that thing. Do we have any better? I think this one looks better. What about that one? This is this doesn't have a rounded corner, so do we need a rounded corner or not? What would look better in this thing? Okay, let's have a look what we have in the previous version of this app. We certainly do not have that thing right now, but we're gonna have that pretty soon. Here we have, this is rounded actually, so we can have the rounded thing though. Okay, let's have that rounded. Here we have a bold one. So where's the rounded? This one is rounded, I guess. This one is not. And right, just looking around. Okay, this one, I think width is pretty less here. I need a little bit of more wide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just test out. It seems like this one is better, but again I'm gonna, what about these things? These things shouldn't look so good though. I think that simple one looks even better. I don't know. Well, I can change that later one, but okay, let's try that one. I just copied it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that. I have to first put that, and then this, and this, and now I have to import that thing. So we haven't imported any. Okay, here we have one link. Okay, import. From React icons /GI. Now you're gonna see that thing coming up. Here we have that thing. Okay, when it's loading up, it's actually not checking up that thing. Why? Pointer.inner width is less than 800. Return true, otherwise return false. And if small screen is true, then return this. False, then return this. What's happening if I'm okay? I guess we got a problem here. This shouldn't be 800, this should be 1100. Alright. So now we have it, and this is like pretty small. So can we just increase the font size, and that thing will expand, I guess. Let's have a look. Class name, text to Excel. Yeah, that actually does. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, okay, this looks not that great though. Not that great. Okay, if we can do that, then why not we just take any rounded one? Probably this one. Oh no, that's okay, let's take this one, or FI. Which is more wide? I think this one gonna be more wide. So we're gonna take that one. Instead of this, we're gonna have this IO menu. We're gonna have IO menu here, and we're gonna get from IO. If we reload again, some problem is there. What's the problem? IO menu, getting from IO. Not found in IO. How you don't find that in IO? IO 5. Let's have a look. Okay, that's actually in IO 5. How that looks now? I think better. I think that looks better, but I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. So what you're gonna do is make it 4XL. That's pretty much better. What you're gonna have now is margin left, and that's gonna be 20. Is that very much? Okay, then we're gonna have 10. That's alright. I hope so. But let's try 5. I guess 8. That's gonna be okay. That's okay. Alright, I'm gonna just check with my ruler. I'm gonna actually like actual scale. So it's around a little bit more than 1 centimeter on the left side, and I'm gonna check on the right side. That's exactly the same. Alright. I literally just measured that with a scale, with a ruler, and both are like a little bit of more than 1 centimeter. Right. So that's something we got. And this will have a one-click function.
When it comes to how you listen to music, there's no wrong answer with Spotify Premium. Download and take what you love to hear offline to stay true to you. From your couch to dancing in the streets with reckless abandon, we won't judge. Upgrade to Premium and listen your way. Tap the banner to learn more.
Handle menu click. We'll define that function here. That's gonna be an arrow function. So what we're gonna actually do is pop up menu section. So what we have to actually do right here is, first of all, we have to create alright, what we can do is we can return first. Let's create the menu section, then we're gonna pop it up. Here's what we have in the nav bar. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this entire nav bar with another div. And now we're gonna have below that nav bar another div. That's gonna be the menu. Nav menu. That's a pretty nice name. Now what you're gonna do is, I think I'm gonna use CSS for that. We do not need though. So height gonna be full. Width gonna be right. I think we should use the CSS for these things. Okay. First of all, the position gonna be fixed. Okay. left 0. We do not know the height of it right now. This is just a wrapper thing. Nav menu container. I'm gonna name that nav menu container rather, because that's not the menu actually. Now here, what would be here is there will be another state. Okay. Const menu. Okay, is menu active? Set is menu active. Use state, and by default it's gonna be false. Now here what it have is menu active. If it's active, then there will be a function render menu, or we can just do directly here things, right? What happened? We can directly return this div, and if it's not active, then you just return nothing, right? It's nothing. So we can write this as menu active and now you can return this div. Hello from the pop-up menu. Okay. Class name, background red. This is for testing only. 500. Now in the pop-up work section, that handle, like the function that runs when we click on that menu button, what that gonna do is just gonna set is menu active to true. All right. Now we're gonna have another handle menu click, and we're gonna have const handle menu close click, and that would have to close the menu here. So what that's gonna do is set is menu active to false again. So we're gonna use this function now, this function here inside that in a button. Let's say close, and this will have a one-click function. That one-click will be handle menu close click. Alright, we got that. Now if we click here, we got this thing, and here you can see the close button, which is not looking like a button, but it's actually a button. So you get that cursor, that pointer cursor. Yeah, if we click here, this thing just goes away. And now what we have to do is we just have to create the entire thing. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is this thing will be named nav bar. So I'm gonna name that thing nav bar, and now we're gonna have the nav bar. One thing that we have to do here is top 0. Now what we're gonna do is position fixed, width gonna be always 70%, but it's gonna have a max width. Max width of what? max width of maybe 500 pixels. Maybe 500 pixels. Height would be 100% or 100 VH, let's say 100 VH, and so it's basically the entire screen. We have a max width. We should have a min width as well. Minimum width. Minimum width
just as you
maybe
don't know
200 pixels.
how you manage to be conscious, how you manage
Alright.
to grow and shape this body of yours.
Okay. What just happened?
That doesn't mean to say that you're not doing it. Equally,
Background
you don't
color. Let's get
how the
a
universe
red one.
shines the stars,
This becomes the entire thing.
constellation,
Oh man.
and galactifies the galaxies. You don't know. But that doesn't mean to say
Okay, I guess we
that
already
you
have the nav bar.
aren't doing it in just the
Okay,
same way
we
as
already
you
have the
breathe
nav
without
bar.
knowing how you
It's not
breathe.
nav bar, it's nav menu. Come on. It's nav menu. And this thing gonna have nav menu. Right, now we got it. Now we got it. We actually got it. We got a nav bar here. So you can open up, you can close it up, we can open up, we can close it up, we can open up, we can close it up. So now what we're gonna do is, what's the color? What's the color for the nav bar? So let's choose a color. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna copy this. What the fuck is happening here? Sorry for this vulgar language. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna cut this up. I'm gonna copy this entire thing, paste over here, and now we should, doesn't matter that, what we're gonna have is this thing, which is gonna be max 500. It's 500 here, and it's gonna be on the top, on the left 0, on the top 0, and it's gonna be 1 VH up to this point. And what color? That's the point. So first of all, we're gonna have this color. We're not gonna have a border. Now I'm gonna tweak this color to something else. Does that look good? Does that look good? Does that look good? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this color and I'm gonna go a little bit of darker to that, a little bit darker down. And how does that look? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix that, and now I'm gonna play that. Now how does that look? How does that color look? I think pretty good for now. I think it's pretty dark. I should have this kind of color. So let's go again back to this color, and now just move this to this side and just move it up a little bit, I guess. Yeah, now that's pretty good. I guess that's pretty good color. Not really though. Not really. What kind of color do we had on the previous version? What kind of color do we have on the previous version? Okay. This is completely black, but oh, scroll is. But we didn't had that background color. Okay, let's have a look in this background color. What it looks like. Looks like better, good, but So what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we can make it more light though. That's one possibility. Let's get this color and we'll make it more light, and that certainly works. But let's make it kind of black and kind of deep. Okay, I'm gonna use this, and we can change it later. So for background color, we got the background color, man. We got the background color. This is the background color. And if you make it small, it just becomes small. It's 70%. It's 70%. It's 70%, and its max is 500 pixels. I think 70% is pretty small. We're gonna make it with 80%. Now it's much better. Now it's much better. And 500 pixel, it's, I think 500 pixel is much, so we're gonna make it 400 pixel. Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. That's pretty good. And there will be, okay, so we are responsive up until maybe 215 pixels. That's a lot. We have a close button, we have open button, we have a close button. This thing should be cursor pointer, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this thing cursor pointer. We have a cursor pointer here, a cursor pointer here. Now we need a transition. So there's the nav menu. So either it comes or it goes. So it's not gonna have the transition effect, I guess. Transition. I do have an option though. I have a thing in my mind. I can do something else. Okay, this is not having that transition effect, because you know what? Because this thing is getting rendered on screen and getting deleted from the screen. It's not coming from left to right or something like that. That's why it's not having the transition effect. We can add the transition effect in future commits, but for now what we can do is we got this button thing. What if we just use the button tag instead? We're gonna use the button tag instead, right? But if just use an X, we're gonna have on click. And we're gonna cut that up, and the button gonna be danger. So that's basically a custom button that we have. You can check that thing, what that thing is. You can check that on my GitHub, on this repository, YunusPK. And now we have this thing. We can cut it up like that, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're gonna have that button on the top. Now it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Now we're gonna just commit these things. Create nav menu. Create nav menu. Create nav menu. Markup framework. Can we call it a framework? Kinda no. We cannot call that a framework, but what we can call it is create nav menu frame, or create nav menu mechanism. Okay. Mechanism. Creates a menu icon when the navbar is smaller in size, and when clicked on that icon, a function gets invoked that pops up a menu bar or menu slide, a menu slide that also has a custom button component in it, which if clicked invokes a function which pops off the menu panel or menu
From
slide.
ATS Studio, this is Mission
Slide
ISRO,
slash
a Spotify original
panel.
podcast about how India reached
The
space.
menu
Over the
panel
course of this
also
podcast,
has a
you'll get to go behind the scenes during the
fixed
launch of India's first
property
few rockets, and
and
of course, the first Indian trip to
background
space. I'm Harsha Bhogle.
color.
It's a journey you would not want to
Again,
miss.
that's a muscle memory. I just posted. I shouldn't. But all right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create those like options. So first of all, I'm gonna style up this button. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it right over here, and eventually we're gonna take off many things from. Okay, let's make fixed. Alright, so that now we have our responsive navbar, and we have this pop-up menu bar, and everything is scrollable and easy and nice, and we got this close button and everything. Now it's time to style up this close button. Before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the CSS a little bit, and I'm going to use the Tailwind CSS. So first of all, it's fixed. Here I can use the width, I guess. Width gonna be 1/8. That's width or W, I guess it's W. And we can use let's have a look on the documentation. First of all, I'm going to see width 1/8, if that's the thing or not. It's saying flex. Okay, we're gonna go for width. What the hell? Width. Now we have width here. We have 12. Okay, we do not have 80% here. Alright, we do not have 80% certainly, but we have close to 80%, which I think we can use though. It's not a necessary thing that we have to use 80% absolute. So it's 83 over here. I'm looking for. Okay, we got 80% here, and that's 4/5. So width gonna be 4/5. Alright, we got a width 4/5. Now we're gonna go height 100. Height 100 VH. Let's have a look. Got a height over here. These are REM or pixel. Now we got percentage, but we do not have VH over here, I guess. We have H full, which is 100%, but I think that's gonna be something else. So if I go over here and instead of VH, if I put percentage, let's have a look what it's gonna look like. It actually works, but you know, I don't want to take the risk. I gonna have VH. I don't want to take a risk because when it's percentage, the percentage can be less than the height of the screen, but I want like it should be full the screen, so that's why I have this like in the VH form. So we're not gonna take height on the class names. We took already the fixed thing on the class name. We took the width, so max width, min width gonna be here, height gonna be here, background color will be here because we cannot put custom background here, and that's it, I guess. If we load up again, and it just works as expected. This text white doesn't work for some reason, probably because we do not have that. Okay, yeah, we do not have that right now. So text white, probably why don't we have that? I mean, we have it here. Okay, that's another div. Oh yeah, that's another div, and here's the div nav menu container. So it's up to the it's up to the nav, right, that either the text can be white or not. So so that's why I put this text white here and not here, because the nav bar, I mean the menu bar, actually can be a light color where that will use a black text. So that's why I put the text white prop here, I mean class name here. Now we're gonna have white class white thing. So now I'm gonna commit this thing as well, because I don't want any commit be full of unrelevant things. So if I have done this is a small stuff, but this small stuff should be a separate commit than what feature I'm gonna add afterwards. So it's just a refactor, of a navbar. Navbar, actually I'm gonna put another here, and that's style. So what I'm gonna write here is reduce CSS by using Tailwind CSS, and that's it. I'm not gonna give it any description or anything, and again I just post it anyway, not a problem, but that's not a good practice at all. Now we're gonna discuss about this button. Okay, so the button component actually accepts a class name. We can add a class name, and we can do all sorts of things here, or we can wrap it up with a div, but I'm gonna prefer doing it right over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it okay, I'm gonna give it a CSS or nav menu close button. Copy that, paste that, and now we have position gonna be absolute, I guess. No, I don't want to make it absolute. Come on. Okay, let's make it it shouldn't be absolute, relative, I guess. It should be absolute. And from the top you're gonna get maybe 20 pixels or something. From the left, no, it don't get left, it's gonna get from the right 20 pixels. Let's have a look where it goes. Why? Why didn't go? It's not working. The class name is actually not working. So we're gonna wrap it up with the div. But why class names is not working? Okay, now it's in the right position. We're gonna cut that padding. Now it's in good position. Why that's not working though? It should work. It's not working. Because probably, if I open up the button thing, probably because by taking the rest, and we're putting where? I'm putting the rest here. In the button. So why is it not working? Okay, because it already has a class name and it's getting another class name here. That's making the problem. Right, got it. So what do we should do? We're gonna give it a style prop, probably, if you want to really change something. Otherwise we have to use that. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is, first of all, I'm not gonna have this X here. Rather than that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for any icon for closing, and this certainly looks good. This looks good, this looks good. We're gonna take this. Okay, this one also looks good. So we're gonna take this one. I'm gonna paste it up. I'm gonna copy. The button should be on the upwards. Import this thing from React icons / AI. It looks much better now, but I want to change the padding, man. I really want to change the padding. I have to get it a style prop. That was on click. Now I have put a style prop. Padding would be 5 pixels. Yeah, that's much better. I'm gonna put it rounded here. Oh ho 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 ho. That looks pretty awesome, isn't it? But I guess that looks weird, kind of weird. Yeah, kind of weird. Okay, what we're gonna do is padding top, comma, and that's gonna be padding bottom. No, we cannot actually do that. Eight pixels, 10 pixels. 8 pixels looks good. Yeah. This looks no. It seems like We could have used just normal button component rather than this. I guess I should use actually a normal component than this. Normal button, I should. Okay. Now we're not gonna have a style drop. Rather, we're gonna have a glass stem. Or we don't need a glass stem, we have this guy. And we can delete that wrapping thing. I think now we're gonna have a much better thing. Alright. Now we have a much better thing. So what I'm gonna do is, here we have this thing, absolute top 20, right 20, and that looks pretty good. Now I think that already has a cursor pointer. This is gonna eventually have a hover, but right now what I need is I need a padding so that the, I guess 10 pixel would be good. I'm giving this padding so that the cursor pointer actually comes beforehand. Now it comes beforehand and it looks pretty good, and it's actually in a good position, but probably 8 pixels would be more reasonable position for that. Yeah, it's more reasonable position. And now this thing gonna have a hover. And that will simply just change the background color to just a variation of that. What kind of variation of that? If it's
When it comes to how you
36
listen
and
to
then
music,
just
there's
40,
no wrong answer with Spotify
and
Premium.
I'm gonna
Download
give it
and
a
take what you
transition.
love to hear offline to stay true to
Transition.
you. From your couch to dancing in the streets
That would
with
be
reckless abandon. We
0.3
won't judge.
seconds. That's the normal you have in
Upgrade
this.
to Premium
Huh?
and listen your way.
That
Tap
looks
the banner
pretty
to
good.
learn more.
But now remember the 36 back, and this is 2A. I'm gonna put 2F. 2F. Let's have a look. Pretty good, but not visible. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna actually look for what should be a good color for this, for a button. Turn up the border. Got this color right here. Now just get this, and make it this, and make it this. Okay, just make it a little bit of deeper. This looks good. What about this then? Alright, this looks awesome. I hope at least. Okay. Isn't that awesome? That looks awesome. You can open up, you can close it up, you can open it up, you can close it up, you can open it up, you can close it up. Alright. So what we just have done is what we just have done, we had a refactor before, that's reducing CSS. Okay, we can reduce the CSS here so that we do not have to make another commit for that. So what you can do is for the okay, first of all, this is of no use now, so I'm gonna cut it up. Otherwise we had to have another cleanup commit. but I just got remember that yeah, that's empty there, that's unused import there, so I have just removed that. Now this is our button, which has this X thing, X. Just let me see how it looks. So I just put a capital X there. It looks very similar. It's very similar, but we're gonna have this. Anyway, we're gonna have this because it looks better. Yeah, a little bit of like, yeah, it's actually a X. Nothing other than the X actually. Alright, I think it's pretty small, isn't it? I had zoomed in before, so I think it's pretty small. We can make it a little bit bigger in size. How would you do that? Make it 10 pixel, and now we have it. Maybe we can make it even better, 12, and we have top and right, which make it 15 pixel, not 1520, but 15 pixel. 15 pixels. Now it looks better. It looks way better. Way better. And now what do I have to do is I will take these things out, but before that I'm going to reduce the CSS. Where is our button? Here's our button. We're going to use the absolute here because that's not changing. Top 15, right 15. Do we have 15 here? Let's have a look. Do we have a 15 pixel? We have 12 pixel. We have 14 pixel. We have 16 pixel. I'm gonna use 12, let's say H3. But from right you cannot give it. No, okay, right also works. So top would be, what was that? 3, okay. Top 3 and right 3. Or we can just delete these. Top is not working because we gotta spell it out completely. Top. Now it works. And now we have padding of 12 pixels, so we can just use P3. And we do not need the padding anymore. Now we have just transition. And transition also, I think transition timeout, I guess it's called timeout. Transition it's duration, so duration 150 or something like that. So try duration would be, let's try 150. What's 150? Let me see. I'm gonna comment that. Oh, it's actually working. 150 is probably, I don't know, it's 150. Let's try 100. Let's try 500. I guess it's milliseconds. Okay, so we have 300 and that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna look it up. Duration 150. Okay, so I'm gonna look. What is duration? Yeah, it is ms, milliseconds. So 300 ms, 0.3 seconds is 300 ms, and it's duration 300. That's good. That's good. That's pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is below the button we're gonna have a div. What's not closing there? Wait. Oh, right. Okay. We're gonna name this thing. We're gonna give it a class name that is nav menu container. Not container, but contents. Right? That was the close button, and then we have the contents or content or whatever you want to call it, but it's nav menu contents. And why not nav menu container? Because we already had a nav menu container. So the nav menu container is a container that contains the nav menu, and inside that, if is menu active is true, then so that div, and which div? This div, nav menu fixed nav menu. Okay, just nav menu. And nav menu okay, just one thing I'm gonna show you off. If this is on, and if I just increase the thing, okay, it goes off. It goes off. Yeah, that's perfect. It's working perfect. Okay, now we have a nav menu contents, and here there will be all the buttons, right? Out from the whatever that is, but we're gonna put some styles. Okay, wait. But before that we have to make a commit now. Right. So here we have everything. So we what do we actually have done? We reduced the CSS, and we used a normal button instead of the button component. That's all. Or we just positioned the thing in a good position. So it's basically a style commit. So I'm gonna git add and git commit. Okay, these are actually my alias. All right, you can see here I have GAA for git add dot. I have GCM for git commit dash m, and I have GL for git log. I have GSS for git status, and I have JAO JAO for git push origin and the git push, and then I have set upstream to my master branch. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna git add git commit dash m, and it's a style, and what style in the nav bar or nav menu, I would say, or nav bar. Let's call it nav bar. And what we just have done is use button tag. No, just let's call it position. Okay, we're gonna say navbar slash menu, navbar position close button, close button, position close button, and use button tag instead of button component. This commit replaces the button component with a normal JSX button tag, because in this case it is easy to work with. Also, this commit positions the close button to a nice location and adds on a background color as a hover effect. Okay, I think that's all I have done. I'm gonna push it up. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the div. I'll right? We have not container but contents. Now I have this contents thing, now permanent contents, and now we're gonna go copy paste, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna position this thing relative. Okay, this is gonna be relative because the button's gonna be there, right, after on another, but from the top we're gonna give it maybe 50 pixels or something like that. What the, so we're gonna give it 50 pixels or something like that. From the left it's gonna be 0. I'm gonna put a background color just for checking what it looks like, and the width gonna be always 100%. And right now, as I just want to see, I'm going to put 100 pixel of height. So that's what we get, and it's actually pretty nice position. But what's problematic is it's actually touching it. So we have 12 pixel above that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add 12 pixels more. Or is it just overlapping, I guess? So I'm going to add up. Okay, just can I calculate that? I cannot. So let's put 10 pixels more and just, oh no, from the top let's put 10 pixels more. Now I'm gonna see. Okay, let's reduce. Let's go 58. Like, I just want to touch that to like exactly to that borderline, right, with the close button. I just want to place that there. Then I'm gonna calculate everything. So it's 57, I guess 55, I guess 52, alright, 53, 54. Now we got a gap. 53. Do we have a gap? We actually have a very little gap here. Can you see that? We have a 1 pixel gap here. So if you put 52, now that's actually matching up. So what we're gonna do is, so that we have the same separation from here and here, like same separation here and here. Like that's 12 pixels, because we had added the margin as 12 pixels here. Was it the margin? Yeah, that was not margin from, but from the top it's 12 pixels here. And so what I want is we have a 12 pixel separation here, so 12 pixels should be here as well. So right now we're just gonna add up 12 pixel to that, and that will be 64. Now we have a perfect thing. So we have equal separation on the top and on the bottom. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna zoom it up because it looks pretty good now. Okay. Okay. So what are you gonna do now? So we certainly gonna we do not need this thing. Definitely. Background color we don't need now. Width and height, let it be right now. We're gonna have border top on pixel solid white. Let's say I have this. Why this? Because I'm gonna show you something here. Okay, so we have a different background here, and we have a logo here as well. I think the logo will look pretty good. So I'm gonna add a logo here. So can we add that like inside the contents? Okay, we should make another div. So I'm gonna do something like this here. So I'm gonna do something like that. So we're gonna have a div here that you're gonna say YunusPK or something like that. So that would be absolute as well, but this is relative, or we can make that relative as well, but then we're not gonna have equal separation there, right? We're not gonna have equal separation there. But what if we add the height? It already has that height of text there. Let's not think that much, it's already in a good position. I'm just gonna add a text here. So after the button, we're gonna have another div. Should I have a div or directly a label? We should have a div, because who knows, in the future we can have a image here maybe. So in the div, I would say a label, not label but h2 or something like h1, and that would say YunusPK. And now I'm gonna copy the let's have a look where we had that. Have this thing h1 over here, text and all of these things. We're gonna add those things here. I have this. That looks pretty good. What the hell? Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a class name, and that's gonna be nav menu branding, and we're gonna copy that. I already have copied that. I'm gonna put it here, and what I'm gonna do is, okay, not that, but in h1 inside that div, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have a position of absolute. Okay, we have an ML here, margin left. I'm gonna remove that font pane, text 3x or whatever that is. I'm gonna position that too. Okay, let's have a text alignment center. Let's have a look if we can do that. No, we cannot. So rather what we're gonna do is okay, we can do that here, but I'm gonna show you that. I'm not gonna just directly do that. Okay, so what we can do is we can have left 50% and transform translate minus 50%, and that will put it in a very middle position. It's basically the middle position, right? But we don't want it in the middle. We want it maybe 45%. No, 55%. Or let's make that 45%, or maybe 48%. Yeah, now that looks middle. That's pretty good, right? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna also add top 50%, and that's gonna be minus 50% as well. That's the problem. So what we can do, we can just put 12 pixels, probably 12 pixels. Yeah, that looks good. Now that looks pretty good. So now what we can do is this thing, transform translate minus 50%, is what we can do. We can add actually a TTF, and this thing I already have in my index.css. Here TTF, transform translate minus 50%, so I can just add TTF over here. But before that, the top 48%, so that's gonna be there. that sorry, left 48%, that's gonna be in the CSS. Top 12 pixel we can use top 3, I guess, and we're gonna use a TTF here, and this transform translate gonna go out, this top gonna go out, this position absolute also gonna go out, because we can have absolute here and we can just have it out. And now everything is as it was, everything's on the place, and we got it. So now I'm gonna commit this thing, but before that I'm gonna put it out, and no, okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this not FFF but AAA probably, and that's a little bit of a darker side. And one thing I just noticed, this has a little separation. If it's same, that then it cannot be looking pretty good. So what I'm gonna actually do is, but first let's commit that, and then we're gonna refactor that. So GCM, it's not a feature. Is it a feature? Yeah, it's a feature, I guess. Navbar slash menu. And the feature is create branding and create contents div below. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually wrap this thing and this thing inside a div. Why I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell you in a bit. So now we have all this in a div. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a class name, and that's gonna be nav menu header. Alright, nav menu header. Now the button thing. Okay, so we have positioning of it. What if I have this branding in this side rather than having it in the middle? In this thing we have in the middle, and that's actually pretty big, and this is on the corner. But in this thing we have it in a line. Okay, we're gonna have it in the middle, no problem. But what I'm gonna do is, on this button we're not gonna have the top thing. Okay, we're gonna have that right thing, and we're not gonna have that absolute thing as well. We're gonna have, okay, and here what gonna be, we're not gonna have the top thing, we're gonna have that absolute thing, we're just gonna have the left and TTF with it. Anyways, we can absolute top 3, absolute and top 3. Okay, let me just do that. Flex, we're gonna make it flex, and flex row and items center. Okay, what about that now? It's good but not working, probably because we have a right 3 here. If we make a justify between, then this thing gonna be completely different thing. Now you're gonna have left 40% or something like that. or we're not gonna have TTF probably. Then it's gonna look a little bit different, but okay. The problem is we have this below this, so we're gonna make it upwards. Now we have this. Now what's the problem? The problem is snap menu close button. Do we have anything? No, we do not have any CSS about that, but this thing has P, and other than that, what's the problem? Flex row items center. Alright, that div should have a height. How much? Height gonna be 60 pixel. So we're gonna search for height. It's gonna be 60%. We do not have exactly 60%, but 64 pixel, which is H16. Alright, then we're gonna have this in the CSS, and we're gonna have a height. Height gonna be 60 pixels. Let's have a look. We have more than 60 pixels actually here. At least I guess. Let's have a background color so that we can identify this thing. Right, we have that, but what's below that? Here's the div. We got the H and everything. Then we have this button, which has now menu close button, P3 transition and all that. But what's below that? Why do we have that gap? Why? Because we probably have from the top something, right? The contents here, because we have top 64% or something like that. Let's have a look now. Now we got the position, but it's still alright. We got it. It's not 60 pixels. Oh, because we used CSS, right? Yeah, it's 60 pixels right on the dot. Now I'm going to comment out this thing. We have everything, but why is it like not items center? Items center, flex row items center. I guess we should have a call instead. Oh no, we're gonna be row definitely, and we're gonna have justify between. Yeah, now got it. Now what can I have is that if we do not have that, and we have this H3, let's say left half, it didn't work. Let's say we have here the H1, so 48% didn't work. What about the button? If we have right 3 or something like that, it does not work. So we use padding and all that. So we're gonna have justify between, and now it's two-side thing. Now we have a padding of 3. What we're gonna have right now is we're gonna have margin right 3. It's pretty good. It looks pretty good. Now what we're gonna have is this heading gonna have not the heading but the entire day, probably. No, the heading only. That will make pretty good. So margin left gonna be completely 3, so it's gonna be 12 pixels, something like that. But we can actually middle it up. But the problem is that, okay, if we zoom in, we can actually do this kind of things and all that. Okay, my keyboard's not working properly. What the problem is? Alright, so what we can do is we can actually give margin left 69. It would be in the middle, but that's not the point now. That's actually a pretty good position, I guess. But if you want in the middle, that would first of all not look good, and also that okay, we should at least have a little bit of more. So let me just give it a 5. That looks good, because when it's not hovered, it actually have a lot of space here, right? And this doesn't. So I guess it should have more than 5. It should have 7 or something. Now it looks pretty good. Now it looks symmetric. I think not 7 but 6, and now it's symmetric. Alright, now it looks good. I had it from the pop-up menu or whatever it is. Now we're gonna have this contents thing. So from the top, it's not gonna have anything. This not gonna have anything about that. 48%, that doesn't work at all. So we're not gonna have this as well. We're gonna have that, but we're gonna also have a background color for this, and that would be probably this color, or maybe not that, but something else, and we can think about that in a second. Okay, alright. We're just gonna make it a little bit of darker, not so much, but a little bit of darker. So do we make it darker or lighter? What do we have here? It's actually lighter than that, so we can make it a little bit of lighter than that. I think that looks good. So we're gonna have this color. Okay, now we have this. Should we have the border or not? We shouldn't have the border actually. There's no need for the border, so I'm gonna just cut the border out. Now what we're gonna have is I have this header from the pop-up or whatever. I want to give it a padding of 6, so it's right in the middle. No, I'm not gonna give that. Okay, so what we have right now is we just reposition the branding and the close button to match up the navbar. Okay, so that's gonna be the commit. GCM feature, it's not feature but style, and that's navbar / menu and what we just have done is reposition branding and close button to match up with navbar. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually render out the buttons. And how the buttons is gonna be? We have to have icons. That's the problem, because that's gonna be static now. I think you're not understanding what I mean, but the thing is, okay, here we have icons like these things. But how I'm gonna fetch that icons, because all these names and these things are being fetched from a back end, but there's no way I can fetch these icons from the back end. Then we have to like completely take the files, or maybe we have to use something. We cannot use the React icons. We have to use some other things like images, and then the URL gonna be there, some URL, okay, we have this thing. Okay, that's pretty cool. I actually made these things out. Right, so then I have to like get an image from somewhere and then put that here. That can be an option though, otherwise it would look pretty bad also. Let me just try with without the icons first. So what we gonna do now is,
when it comes to how you listen to music, there's no wrong answer with Spotify Premium.
I already have
Download and
this
take
link.
what you love to hear offline to stay true to you. From your couch to dancing in the streets
We
with
have
reckless
some
abandon. We won't
Grasslands
judge.
here.
Upgrade to Premium and listen your way. Tap the banner to learn more.
These are something else. No, these are like, these are like padding X and Y. Okay. So we have to have like another mapping function for only styling. We can have a ternary expression here as well. Okay, let's just render nav buttons right now, and then we're gonna figure out. We got the buttons, right? Now what we're gonna do is here, gonna flex call and items start, not center, but items start, justify between. I guess I don't need to justify between. Okay, we got it. Now what we have to do is we have to make it like the style gonna be a little bit different. Why this didn't do that? Because we have probably because we have a fixed height there. Here we have the height 100 pixel. So if we just remove that height, we're gonna have it. Okay, we have it already. What we can do is we're having this, but now we just have to change the style, right? Style here we have to change. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another ternary expression over here, and that's gonna be here. Is menu active, is menu active. So it's active, then you have to put other CSS in that, and if it's not, then you have put then you're gonna put that thing. So what over here is padding X. First of all, I'm gonna put a W full. Okay, then W full. Okay, let me get the hover and cursor pointer first. Okay, now we get the 100% width. Now we have to like put padding Y of 3, let's say. Now we have big buttons, but I think it's pretty big now. We don't want that big, but probably 2 is good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have padding of left. Yes, we're gonna have padding left 2. 2 doesn't look good, but what about 10? Okay, what about 10? Nope. 8? Nope. 7? Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess that's it. Got the navbar, and we have all the options. It's gonna work actually. You can change things, but yeah, it should also close up, right? When you use that link, it should also close up close that thing up. So what do you have? Do you have any on-click function? Why don't you just give a on-click function here? Because either way that's yeah, either way, like when it's this navbar and you click and that state changes to false, it's not gonna be any problem, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually give it a on-click function. But can we give it an on-click function because it's a link? We're already gonna have on-click or something. Okay, let's check it out. So what's the one-click function? It's I'm just gonna write it in line, and that's a set is menu active to false, not dolls but false. Okay, now what we're gonna do is if we click on home, it doesn't go. Okay, one-click function isn't working. On-click function is not working here. What are we gonna do? Let's console.log. No, it's not working at all. On-click function not gonna work here. So what can I do? We can wrap it up with a div, probably. Yeah, I guess so. So let's have a look. We can wrap it up with a div. And now I'm going to take this on click prop. Now also the key has to be there on the wrapping div. So now what I'm gonna do is we got the false here, not console log, but we're gonna just directly set is menu active false. Okay, just reload that thing, and it's not working. Come on, probably because the class name. So we have to have the class name up there. So I got the class name and I'm gonna paste that class name here. Paste the class name here. Okay. Alright. I guess it's gonna work now. Alright, it works now. But okay, it works now. Definitely works now, but what about this? Okay. It's not affected at all. This thing is not affected. This works as expected, and we got this as well. That's pretty awesome, I say. That's pretty awesome. So what have we just done? We're just rocking. I'm just rocking. Whatever. Now we can have some icons and all that before those things, but if we do not have any icon, it actually looks pretty bad. And also this branding is also like pretty decent kind of thing, so I think we have to do some work around these things. So eventually, like, this one looks pretty good, man. That's awesome. And I made it like 2-3 years ago. It looks pretty good. The hover effect is also like awesome, man. What about those kind of hover effects? No, this is also good, but this branding is not that good. I have to like create another thing. That's art. I have to do that art, and yeah, I have to find good icons, or maybe I can use these icons because these are completely made by myself. I can use these icons though. Okay, I'm gonna use those things. Okay, so let's commit these things. What we just have, we have rendered the buttons, rendered the nav buttons inside the menu. So we're gonna add and commit that as a feature, and the feature of navbar slash menu, and not create but render nav buttons inside the menu. That's it, I guess. Oh, I should have given some description, but I just pressed enter and also post. That's a very bad habit, but anyways, that's it. Actually, I got it done. Actually, it's pretty good. Now we have to have that hover effect that I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I make navbar responsive. Yes, I've done that. Create an under construction component. I have to create that under construction component. That's gonna be tomorrow. Real data I have to create, and I have to design it further. So I think that's it for today, because it's already midnight and I have to go sleep. I have to go and call my girlfriend now. She's waiting for me. She just gave me a missed call. I just hung up on her. She might be angry, so I just have some task to do now. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video if I stay alive, and thank you. Bye bye.